Hi guys, I'm the Infamous, and today we're going to see if E0S0 Doctor Ratio is worth building. With that in mind, this video will be dedicated to those that are free to play, if not light spenders, mainly due to the fact that, I'm assuming you're not going to have much investment into him. If you guys do plan on heavily investing, either because you've saved or you just plan on using money on him, then I'll put some content creators in the description that I believe make really good guides or just have really good ideas for the game. With that in mind, let's get started. My Doctor Ratio is very scuffed. He's a imaginary hunt unit. I'm using the free-to-play Cruising in the Stellar Seas Lightcone, which I believe is his best free-to-play. And if you do not have this, you guys can go with Don Hung's Lightcone, which I don't actually have. I thought I did. I don't apparently. But I would consider that a really good substitute for this. Now, when I look at his tracers, I actually have gone out of my way to level up basically everything. He's level 80. I'm just missing one level in the ultimate. But aside from that, he's basically done. But again, keep in mind, his stats aren't that crazy. And I've also got a very scuffed set. The only real thing I have on him is being his Planar set. And these are the only two things I plan on keeping. Everything else, again, very scuffed. But he still hits very hard, and I want to show you guys some gameplay on how good this guy can be. Before I actually show you any of that gameplay, I do want to show you guys how I personally plan on building him so you guys can have an idea of how you guys may want to build your own Doctor Ratio. For Planar sets, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, at least for me, because I've actually been farming Penacony, and I ended up getting, some pretty good pieces from the frontline set. I also do plan on running him with Ranmei, so I won't have the advanced forward from somebody like Branya. So again, having him have his own speed boost is going to be really good for me, so I can get extra turns without having to rely on, an action forward. With that in mind, this set is really good for me. But if you don't plan on running this, or if you just so happen to have, for example, like E0S0, I don't know how to pronounce that, the follow-up set, right? If you guys have this instead, I would recommend running this if you have really good pieces. You don't necessarily need to farm this, but if you do plan on running a faster, Doctor Ratio, I do think this will benefit you a lot more, especially since it's just a lot more flexible, You could run on anybody else once it comes to that point. This is locked to mainly just, follow-up characters. Now, for Cavern, I think this is a lot more, I guess, situational, right? This, I believe, is his best 4-piece, or in general his best relic set. His 4-piece is great. You get a 10% crit rate buff essentially forever, and if you imprison an enemy you get a crit damage buff, which is also really nice. If you're not going to be running a 4-piece, or if you just don't want to run a 4-piece, you could run 2-piece Wastelander set, right, along with, I don't have it here, but a 2-piece follow-up set. I feel like those two would be great for him. If you want to farm the new set that's coming out, I'd recommend just sticking to Wastelander, mainly because that, I feel like, is a lot less consistent. You're going to need more debuffs, and you're also going to need to apply debuffs yourself. And though your Doctor Ratio can, you're going to have to put a lot of effect hit rate on him. And again, if you want your guy to mainly do, his role as a offender, I guess, right? You're not going to be able to get the subsets you really need. It's just very situational. I just don't recommend using that relic set. Okay, now that I've shown you guys how I'm personally going to build Doctor Ratio, I would like to show you some MOC, but my shit's scuffed. I cannot even get past this, and it's not because I'm ass, and it's not because Doctor Ratio is bad. It is because I do not have any other DPS build. And before you guys ask why I've only got one, it is simply because I'm saving my shit for Firefly, okay? Let me get that out of the way. It's just because I'm being patient, okay? But what I could show you, since I can't show you MOC, is going to be Simulator Universe. Sorry, it's taking a bit. Simu. Again, I'm going to show you the beginning of Simu so you guys can see that the blessings aren't necessarily going to carry him, but they do definitely make him better, just like every other character. We're going to show you the beginning of the fight, and I'm going to show you the last fight. For the teams that I'm going to be using, and what I recommend for those that may not have his Silverwolf, would be Doctor Ratio, Ranmei, if not any other Harmony, right? But Ranmei is better because she's going to be buffing his attacks when he's off field. So his follow-ups would actually proc. Pela for the debuffs. If not Pela, you're going to be using Silverwolf. And then you can use Huohuo, Luocha, or Fushuan. Any of them are good, but I prefer Huo in the beginning of the fights, and then at the end I use Fu Xuan because this bug just annihilates me. If Huo can, you know, tank all of that and doesn't get one shot, then I would prefer her, but again, that's unrealistic, so I usually use Fu Xuan at the end. Okay guys, these are going to be our first fights. Just keep in mind, the only reason I'm using them as an example is because they are going to be punching bags, so you guys can see how much damage he will be able to output. Again though, taking a look, he has no blessings, he's not getting altered at all. So this is just raw damage, okay? Jeez, bro almost smacked me. God damn. Okay. I'm gonna set up here real quick.
敵データ捕獲マーク起動愉快な反撃の時間です存在と知識は尺と真理を探り語尾を根絶する
Yeah, that was just I don't even think it's gonna be fair. Like, I want to use him for punching bags, but I think we're gonna have to get something harder. Just again, it's not really fair.
捕獲マーク起動愉快な反撃の時間で
So
す
we're gonna see if we could. Oh, we could. Okay. This is so cancer. They've got like 5 debuffs. Okay, we're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna get the Lightcone buff from Herta's shop, and we're gonna see how much his damage increases and go. Okay. We got the kill effect for that. That's 27k and 52. And again, keep in mind he is scuffed as hell, and this was without any blessings, just full out damage output. That is pretty insane in my personal opinion. That's like the equivalent of like an E0S0 Sela. So again, pretty good. Now I'm gonna show you the last fight.
人は文をわきまえることを学ぶべきだ。天木不破鳴り響き。ようこそ凡人の。はっ。本質は同じ。命のいずれ風に吹き落とされる。まだ優勢ではある。おや？捕獲マーク起動。愉快な反撃の時間です。占いましょう。マイナスだ。敵ターゲットを確認。おや？砲丸を持ってみるべし。消化勝利。研究の方。答えてみろ。0点。存在知識は尺と真理を探り語尾を根絶する。世の万人なマイナスだ。支援開始いたします。おや0点。敵データ捕獲マーク起動愉快な反撃の時間です。不利などない。生命は巡る。命のいずれ風に吹き落とされる。回答を楽しみにしているぞ。マイナスだ。来た。敵ターゲットを確認。おや答えてみろ。0点。支援開始いたします。おや捕獲マーク起動愉快な反撃の時間です。湘南に過ぎないわ。砲丸を持ってそうよ一体。けは存在知識は尺と真理を探り語尾を根絶する。こちら側が優勢です。おや0点。裏マイナスだ。 本質は同じ。命のいずれ風に吹き落とされる。世の万人図なす。おや、捕獲マーク起動。愉快な反撃の時間です。
答えてみろ。0点。存在とは知識は尺と真理を探り語尾を根絶する。
優美不
マイナスだ。
陰陽転換。敵ターゲットを確認。おや、
0点。テスマイナスだ。
消化勝利。世の万物人図なす。生命ははっ。おや、捕獲マーク起動。愉快な反撃の時間です。
もう限界。答えてみろ。0点。
根は戻れ。命のいずれ風に吹き落とされる。おや、
僕が質問です。マイナスだ。存在知識は尺と真理を探り語尾を根絶する。
陰陽転換。
Hi guys, I just want to say thank you to anyone who's made it this far into the video. And while I'm showing you guys my builds for the team that I'm playing with, I just want to say a reminder. Please go and watch the content creators, because those content creators, again, will go more in depth into kits that maybe you guys don't understand, Dr. Ratio, for example, or eidolons that you may want. Again, because this is an E0S0 video, I just chose not to go over it. But again, those guides and those topics that they discuss will be a lot more in depth than my video. Mine is just for those that want a direct and simple video that shows a bit of gameplay, because again, I want to provide a niche that they may or may not provide. Anyway, again, I think they do really good videos. Please go watch them, and thank you for anybody that's supporting me as of right now. I really do appreciate it. It's my first ever story rail video, and I plan on making many more. So again, please stay tuned. I also have variety on the channel, so if you guys want to see any other games that I may be playing, please support me. Have a good one.